Hey guys, it's LEGO Boys E3. Today I'm going to put some Lubicle silk inside of this 1980s cube. So today I'm just going to be doing a quick experiment putting some really new lubricant that works really well inside of a really old cube that doesn't work well. And so as you could tell from the title, this isn't actually a Rubik's cube, that's why it is in quotation marks. It is a different brand that I'm sure knocked off Rubik's, and the reason I say that is because the packaging is pretty much exactly the same and the mechanism is pretty similar too. So of course I have opened this before. The seal was broken when I got it and it was actually scrambled, so I have solved it since then. Before we turn the cube, let's just take a look at this little thing in here. It's pretty funny actually. Challenge: can you contend with more than 3 billion combination to reach a solution? So yeah, any cuber will know that 3 billion is not the number of permutations on a Rubik's Cube, it's actually closer to 43 quintillion. So yeah, that was a very low estimate of the amount of permutations that they have on here. And if you go to the English version of it, you can see it says Wonderful Puzzler. And so I actually looked that name up, it's kind of like a brand. And this cube came out in the early 1980s, a little bit after the normal Rubik's brand came out. It has some other pretty funny stuff, you can pause it and read it. Anyway, we can get that out of the way because it doesn't really matter. Here is the cube itself, here's my silk off to the side. It turns pretty bad. It actually has a very clicky feel, and it doesn't click into place right here, it actually clicks right there. And so every time you turn it, it just kind of clicks like that. It actually is a very tactile click. It clicks very precisely every single time in the same spot, but it is quite annoying that it doesn't line up quite straight, because if you overshoot a little bit, you'll go like that, and if you undershoot a little bit, it'll end up like that. And of course, it can't corner cut that much very easily at all. So yeah, it just kind of gets kind of annoying. And the reason for this is actually the mechanism of this cube. You can see here that it is rounded on these pieces, but the centerpiece is actually flat. I'm not sure if it was like this on the original Rubik's brand cubes, I think it might have been. But anyway, you can tell that they did take the cheap route and they made this completely flat, which makes that annoying clicking feel. I can tell that there is a little bit of dust and dirt inside of here, but for the most part it is pretty dry. So what I'm going to do is take out this Lubicle silk. We'll probably have to drop quite a bit in it, like 3 or 4 drops, because this isn't a normal smooth speed cube already. It's a very old cube. I can't really tell what I'm doing. Let's look outside the viewfinder for a sec. Okay, there we go. That's like 4 or 5. Here we go. We can put this back in and then break in the lube, which will take a little bit. I can tell that it definitely is turning faster already. It was very slow right out of the box. But yeah, that is getting quite a lot better very quickly. Of course, if I were actually trying to make this cube better, I'd probably put a little bit of silicone lube. Hey, look, it actually popped. That's pretty funny. Silicone lube in here. I might even put some Vaseline in it and then clean that out eventually, just to break down the plastic a little bit and get those tracks a little bit more circular. But for the most part, it still does click a little bit, but it's actually quite a lot easier to get the pieces aligned. And wow, this cube is popping quite a lot for a 1980s cube. So just hand scrambling it up here. Let's just do a quick solve on it. So we can look around here. That's kind of annoying. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So the feel of the cube isn't actually that bad. I mean, it is pretty bad, but it's probably a little bit better than what a Rubik's brand would be right out of the box. However, you could get a Rubik's brand to be a lot better than this. It has a lot more potential. It does still lock up quite a bit because it kind of snaps into place in the wrong place. I think it might have a little bit more corner cutting now. Yeah, you can actually corner cut that. That's basically because it's a little bit faster now, so the pieces have less friction in between them, so it has the potential to corner cut a little bit more. Of course, nothing compared to a normal cube. I would never use this for speed solving or pretty much anything besides like a simple mod or something like that. So yeah, get Lubicle Silk if you haven't already, because it's awesome. I'm not saying that because I'm sponsored. I'm saying that because it's actually awesome and I'm not sponsored. Anyway, yeah, so that's this cube. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!